Hi, so I've just finished a seminar with the Greater Melbourne Cemeteries Trust, and I'm off to have a hot chocolate at Cocoa Black just across the road here, which I feel that I thoroughly deserve right now. But before I do, I wanted to share one distinction that we'd created that we went through in the seminar that is so unbelievably simple and so unbelievably powerful that hopefully it's worth 2 or 3 minutes of your time to listen to. So you're listening to this because you're someone who's committed to change in the positive sense, causing something better than it was before. But the reality is you're going to be working with people, and if you're going to be working with people, we keep coming up against this barrier called you can't change people. Well, you can't change people not by force, but you can actually change people in a very, very powerful way, and it's through how you listen to them. So when you're going to cause change, you're speaking or you're listening, and really the most powerful tool is your listening. So let's break it down very quickly into what I mean by that and how you can actually actively use your listening to cause people to occur and operate completely differently around you, aka change. So there are two kinds of listening. The first kind of listening is the distinction is what are you listening to? And the second distinction is what are you listening for? And if you can craft both of them to be conscious, then you can shift something. And so long as they're unconscious, you can't shift anything. And you can get left frustrated, upset and disappointed because the world keeps staying the same and you wonder why. If you want to be able to shift things so they look different and occur different, and people do different things, i.e. they change, this is what you need to do. First, listening to. You're listening to one of two things, yourself or them. Listening to them is better. That's obvious. But we're going to break them both down because they both operate on the same principle. If you are unconsciously listening to them or unconsciously listening to yourself, it's because you're listening to a set of concerns that are from the past. In relation to you, can I do this? Am I good enough? Do I know what I'm talking about? Is this going to work? All of your concerns about yourself that fill your head when you're in conversation mean that you can't create anything new with them because you can't even see them. Okay? That's kind of, listening 101. The other set of concerns that is more powerful, because you can deal with that, get that out of the way. Just get that out of the way. I'll show you how in a second. More powerful, if you want to change who they are, who they occur like, what they operate like, and cause real change, is that you need to change what you're listening to about them. And once again, you have a set of concerns that are either from the past or a creative set of concerns that are from the future. Concerns from the past are things like they're not very good at their job, they're not focused on detail, they're not very nice people, I don't like them because of X, Y, and Z, they're grumpy in the morning, so I won't talk to them in the morning. A whole bunch of concerns that you plaster onto them and say that's who they are, that are actually concerns that you drew from the past and put into this conversation. Now, I'm going to note something really important, okay, at this point. You need to be careful of this. Those concerns about them, usually from the past, don't occur like opinions. They occur like they're real. That person really is grumpy in the morning. That person really is poor at detail. That person really is a bad communicator. It's really important. They are actually opinions. They just occur like they're real. And if you want to change someone, you need to unlock that link between your opinion and reality. So, how do you do that? Well, nature abhors a vacuum. So even if you get all those opinions out and you put nothing in their place, something new is going to fill it up and it's going to be crap. So you need to create a set of concerns from the future to put in there. And those concerns will be things like the vision that you're trying to fulfill for your enterprise, the empowerment of human beings, anything that lights you up and inspires you, the reason that you're doing what you're doing, put that into the space and align it to who that person would be if they were helping you fulfill that outcome. It's a little bit like when you've got a plastilene figurine in front of you and you get to say what that figurine looks like in your listening. I'm going to give you an activity to use, because this is all very theoretical and you probably get it, but here's the activity that you can use that would allow you to actually activate and use this concept, right? Before you go and talk to someone, and this is what the people at the seminar this morning are doing, and one of them, or a couple of them really got the power of this in relation to people they have important conversations with. So get a piece of paper before you go into a conversation, draw a line down the middle. On the left-hand side of the line, write down a list of the opinions that you have of that person, the things that occur real about them. After this conversation and listening to me, you'll start to notice that there are things that occur real that maybe really are just opinions. Put them all down, as many as you can until they're all out. Don't bust your brain, but just get some, the juicy ones. Things that occur real about them. Then on the other side of the column, think about what you want to accomplish in the conversation. Do you want to accomplish, empowering your staff to be effective to stand on their own? Do you want to accomplish the fulfillment of a social enterprise? Do you want to accomplish increasing revenue targets? Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, and think about the kind of person that you would need that person to be in order to accomplish those things. Inspiring, courageous, empowered, enabled, etc. Now link those inspiring things to the opinions so that you can have an alternative conception. Then when you go into your next conversation, listen to them from the right-hand column and not the left-hand column, and see what happens. It sounds so simple, but I promise you, if you're listening from the right-hand column, a created set of concerns based on the future, who they will occur in your listening will be completely different from the people they have been in the past. This is because if you listen to them from your concerns from the past, they have nowhere to go. If you say Jenny is a grumpy person in the morning and you interact with her like she is. She's got no options. That's just the way it is. If you relate to her like someone who's inspired in the mornings and is thinking deeply, she has that to be as a possibility for herself. And who she is around you will change. It is absolutely magic. So here's what you should do. Go into the conversation, do your two lists just beforehand, and if you want to, just comment here, because I'm keen to hear how you go and what your thoughts are, and test this out on me, all right? Great, I tell you, it'll change everything about the way that you operate. Cheers, thanks, bye.